Just give me a couple of minutes here. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start with the Nokar mantra. Namo Ariyantaram, Namo Siddharam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajjayanam, Namo Loe Savvasahuram, Eso Panchanamukaro, Savva Pava Panasano, Manglarancha Savvesim, Paramam Havai Mangalam. So, welcome everyone. Welcome to our first class of 24 Tirthankar Jeevan Charitra or life stories of 24 Tirthankar Paramatma. So, the life stories of 24 Tirthankar Paramatma is explained in great details in our Shastra that is called Trisashti Salaka Purush Charitra. Now, this Shastra is written by Kalikal Sarvagnya Hemchandracharya in the 12th century. Now, Kalikal Sarvagnya Hemchandracharya was known as one of the greatest acharyas of the Kalikal. So by Kalikal, we mean the fifth ara. So currently, of our present times, Kalikal Sarvagnya Hemchandracharya has written thousands of shastras and crores of sloks in various languages like Prakrit, Sanskrit, Abrahams, and Old Gujarati. So Trisasri Salaka Purush Charitra is one of his greatest shastras. So what is Trisashti Salaka Purush Charitra? The literal translation of Trisashti Salaka Purush Charitra is life stories of 63 great men. So who are these 63 great men? So these 63 great men are 24 Tirthankars, 12 Chakravartis, 9 Vasudevs, 9 Bardevs, and 9 Prativasudevs. So total we have got 63 great men. And the Shastra is known as Trisashti Salaka, that is 63 Purush Charitra. So this Shastra explains the life stories and Jeevan Charitra of all these 63 great men. So whenever we are learning the Jeevan Charitra of any of the Tirthankar Paramatma, the first bhav of the Jeevan Charitra is the bhav they achieve Samyak Darshan. So it's the bhav they achieve the fourth Gunastanak. Now, if you have any questions anywhere, please let me know. I know it might be difficult for some of the kids, but I'll try to explain as much as possible. So before we start our Jeevan Charitra, I want to explain some of the basic concepts so that we can understand the Jeevan Charitra in much better manner. So first concept I want to explain is the concept of Kal Chakra. So in our Jain Sashan, we believe the time is infinite, right? Time has no beginning or time has no end. And this time is divided into infinite equal time cycles. And this we call as Kal Chakras. Now this Kal Chakras is further divided into two equal halves. There is one half that is known as Utsarpini and there is a second half that is known as Avsarpini. So Utsarpini is a progressive cycle and Avsarpini is known as regressive cycle. So both this Utsarpini and Avsarpini, they are further divided into 6 unequal time periods and they are known as aras. So that means Utsarpini has 6 aras and Avsarpini also has 6 aras. So in Utsarpini, it's a progressive cycle in which the happiness, the strength of the body, the age, and even the dharma aradhana increases. And in the Avsarpini, the happiness decreases, the strength of the body, and the dharma aradhana also decreases in the Avsarpini. So currently we are in the Avsarpini Kal Chakra, and currently we are in the 5th Ara, and it's known as Dukkham. So let's see the Kal Chakra. So so Kal Chakra is Utsarpini plus Avsarpini makes one Kal Chakra. Now each Kal Chakra is of 20 Kodakori Sagaropams. That's a time. So each Avsarpini is 10 Kodakori Sagaropam and Utsarpini is also 10 Kodakori Sagaropams. So the first Ara is known as Sukham Sukham. It's of 4 Kodakori Sagaropams. The second Ara is Sukham. It's of 3 Kodakori Sagaropams. The third Ara is Sukham Dukkham. It's a 2 Kodakori Sagaropam. The fourth Ara the fourth ara is Dukkham Sukham. It's 1 Kodakori Sagarapam minus 42,000 years. And the fifth and sixth ara are of 21,000 years each. So currently we are in the fifth ara known as Dukkham. And in this ara, after the Nirvana of Bhagwan Mahavir, this ara has started, and 2600 years have passed in this ara. So close to 18,300 years are still left in this ara. And after completion of this ara, the sixth ara will start, and that is also another 21,000 years. And after the completion of sixth ara, the Avsarpini will come to an end, and then the Utsarpini will begin. The Utsarpini will begin from the sixth ara. So sixth ara will be repeated twice. So there will be the sixth ara, and again for the Utsarpini, it will again begin with the sixth ara. So sixth ara will be total 21,000 plus 21,000 years. And then the Utsarpini will continue with fifth ara, fourth ara, third, second, and first ara. So this is the general description of the card chakra. So let's see each of these aras so we can understand the Jeevan Charitra of Rishabhdev. So the first ara is known as Sukham Sukham Kal. Now this ara is the time period of absolute happiness. This ara is of 4 Kodakori Sagarapams, and in this ara people are extremely long. The height of the people is 3 gaons, and one gaon is 2 miles. So height of the people is 6 miles high. And the Ayushya and the age is of 3 Palyopams. So very, very large age. Now this ara is also known as Yuglik Kal. That means children are born as twins. So a boy and a girl is born in this ara. And this boy and girl, they grow up and they marry each other and they carry on the generations forward. Now this ara, this ara, all the wishes and everything is fulfilled by Kalpavruksha. And there are 10 different types of Kalpavruksha that we'll see later on during the Charitra. So there is a Kalpavruksha that gives you food. There is a Kalpavruksha that gives you clothes, utensils, furniture, houses, lightings, and everything. And in this ara, there is no crimes, there is no killings, and all the people in this ara are of Manda Kashai. The Kashais are very, very less. All the Jeeves in this ara, they have Swajalan Kashai. And all the people in this ara, when they die, they go to the DEVLOK. So people here, when they die, they all go to the DEVLOK because of their Manda Kashais and low crimes. The people here in this ara, they eat once every 4th day. So even though their body is so tall, but their food requirement is very, very small. They eat once every 4th day. So that is the first ara. The second ara is Sukham Kal. Here there is happiness, but the happiness is not absolute. In this ara, it's of 3 Kodakori Sagarapams, and this ara is also known as Yuglik Kal. So in this ara, the same boy and girl are born, and they marry each other, and then they carry the generations forward. Now in this ara, people eat every 3 days instead of every 4 days. Now people start eating more often. So in this ara, people are 2 gaons, around 4 miles high, and the Ayushya is 2 Palyopams. Now in this ara, the power of the wish-giving trees, the Kalpavruksha, goes on decreasing. So Kalpavruksha is not as powerful as the first ara. Now again, people who are born in this ara, they are all Mand Kashai, and they all go to the DEVLOK in the next BHAV. Now the third ara is Sukham Dukkham Kar. Now this ara is very, very important. So in this ara, the happiness is more than misery. And in this ara, the first Tirthankar Paramatma is born. So in any Utsarpini or any Avsarpini, in this ara, third ara, the first Tirthankar Paramatma is born. Now in this ara, the people are around 1 gaon tall, so around 2 miles in height. And here, the power of the Kalpavruksha almost diminishes and comes to an end. So therefore, the first Tirthankar, Rishabhdev Bhagwan, teaches the arts and science to the people. He teaches 72 different skills to men and 64 different skills to women. And this ara comes to an end after the nirvana of the first Tirthankar Paramatma. It comes to an end after 3 years and 8 months after the nirvana of the first Tirthankar Paramatma. So in this ara, people can go to any bhav in the Chaud Rajlok. They can go to moksha because the dharma is there in this ara, and they can also go to naraks from this ara. Then the fourth ara. Now, fourth ara is again very, very important. It is known as Dukkham Sukham Kar. In this ara, the misery is more than happiness. And in this ara, 23 Tirthankars are born and 11 Chakravartis are born. 9 Vasudevs are born, 9 Prati Vasudevs are born, and 9 Bardevs are born. So all the major events that happen in this fourth ara. Now in this fourth ara, again the gateway is open to all the Chaud Rajlok. So people can go to moksha, people can go to all the devloks, and people can go to all the naraks. Then the fifth ara is known as Dukkham Kar, and currently we are in the fifth ara. So in this ara, the unhappiness is much more, the misery is much more. This ara is for 21,000 years, and in this ara, already 2,600 years have passed, and close to 18,000 years are still remaining. Now in this ara, the moksha marg has closed. So from this ara, no one can go to the moksha. From this ara, you can go to maximum fourth devlok, and from this ara, you can go to maximum fourth narak. So in this ara, after the completion of this ara, our Jain dharma, our Shraman dharma will vanish, will be completely destroyed. Our last acharya in this ara will be Duppa Sahasuri, and our last agam will be Das Vaikalik Sutra. And after the 18,000 years, the Shraman dharma or the Jain dharma will come to an end, and the sixth ara will begin. Now in the sixth ara is the ara of complete unhappiness and complete misery. In this ara, there will be no family structure, there will be no social structure, there will be no political structure, or there will be no marriage structure at all. So in this ara, people will be extremely unhappy, and they will be all be non-vegetarians. People will be killing animals, and millions of animals will be killed every day. And this ara, the weather patterns will also be extreme. There will be lots of extreme summer and extreme winters. And for that reason, people will be living underground. People will either be living under the earth or under the ocean. So this ara, people who are born in the sixth ara, they will all go to Durgati. There is no dharma. So everyone in this ara will either go to Tiryansh or will either go to Narak. So this is a short description of the 6 aras. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Right now we are in the 5th ara.
Yes.
And how many more years to for us to go in the for the 5th ara to go in the 6th ara?
18,300.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we still have lots of time. But the important thing here to know is we have to do dharma aratna. So we are not born in the 6th ara. Because if you are born in the 6th ara, you will be mandatory. You will go to either narak or you will go to tiryansh, because you will be doing lots of crimes and lots of non-vegetarian foods and stuff. So important thing is, do as much as dharma aratna in this ara, because from this ara you can still go to the devlok, and you can still go to the Mahavidya Kshetra from this 5th ara.
So Chetal bhai, anyways, we are not going to this thing, right? अपने like अपने वैसे भी है ना, नरक में ही जाने वाले हैं, right? इस आरा में.
नहीं. 5th ara से you can go to devlok, you can go to Mahavidya, you can also become manushya.
बरोबर. तो वापस बर्थ होगा अपना, right? तो अगर 6th ara में आ सकता है, right? हम लोग आ सकते हैं, right?
Yeah. So only thing is you have to skip the Bharat Kshetra. So if you do dharma, you are born in devlok, you are born in Mahavidya Kshetra, or you are born in other karma bhumis or akarma bhumis, and you can skip the 6th ara completely in the Bharat Kshetra.
Okay.
Yeah, so the whole idea is to do dharma, so you are not born here in Bharat Kshetra in the 6th ara.
And I have a question. Yes. So like, how many what's one polyopum?
Yeah, so here in the next screen, I'm going to describe that. Okay, so that explanation.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
What is the Mahavideva's meaning? I mean,
the Mahavidya Kshetra.
yes.
The Mahavidya Kshetra is another karma bhumi like Bharat Kshetra. So it's like another. There are 15 karma bhumis. So like 5 Arths, there are 5 Airavats and 5 Mahavidya Kshetras. And in this Mahavidya Kshetra, there are Tirthankar Paramatma who are currently there. And in this Mahavidya Kshetra, it's a constant 4th ara. So there is no first, second, third, and there is no 5th or 6th. It's a constant 4th ara in Mahavidya Kshetra.
So just for kids to understand, is this like a planet, a different planet?
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I think what we will do is, every time we start the Jeevan Charitra for the first 15-20 minutes, I am thinking of taking some basic, similar concepts like Kal Chakra, basic geography, and all those stuff. So you can understand. But yeah, it's a different planet. So there are 5 Earths, 5 Airavats, and there are basically 32 Mahavidyas. So there are basically 5 Mahavidyas, but divided into 32 different kshetras. So these are all different planets.
I have one question again.
Yeah.
Can we after the 6th ara, do we have to go to Ansarpiri? I mean.
Yeah. So Avsarpini will come to an end, and then the Utsarpini will begin after the 6th ara.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
So I think let's continue. I think what we'll do is we will probably have questions in the end, so we can probably continue. Yeah. So moving forward, there was a question: what is Palyopam, right? So here is a brief description of all the aras. So the first aras, Sukham, the age of people is maximum 3 Palyopams. Now, what is Palyopam? So in our Shastra, it is said that 84 lakh years is one Purvang, and 84 lakh Purvang is one Purva. Okay, and so Purva is very, very long years, and our calculation basically stops at Purva. So Palyopam is basically a countless years. There is no calculations after Purva. So you can just imagine as a countless years. So Susma Kal, the maximum age of people is 3 Palyopams. In Susma, the second ara, the maximum age of people is 2 Palyopams. In the third, it decreases to 1 Palyopam. In the fourth ara, the maximum age is 84 lakh Purvas. And in fifth ara, that is our ara, maximum age can be 120 years. And the last sixth ara, the maximum age is 20 years. And even the height goes on decreasing from 3 gauns, that is 6 miles, all the way to 2 feet at the end of sixth ara. So, just to give a context, the first Tirthankar Bhagwan Adinath, since we are doing Adinath Charitra, the age of Adinath was 84 lakh Purvas. That was the age of Adinath Bhagwan. And Simandar Swami, who is the current Tirthankar Bhagwan in the Mahavidya Kshetra, his age is 1 crore Purva. So this is just for you to understand the age and height of various Tirthankar Bhagwans. Okay. So who are the 63 Salaka Purush, right? Who are the 63 great men? So these 63 great men, there are 24 Tirthankars, there are 12 Chakravartis, there are 9 Vasudevs, 9 Pratu Vasudevs, and 9 Bardevs. So these are known as 63 great men. And these 63 great men are born in each Avsarpini and each Utsarpini. So there are 63 great men in Utsarpini, and then another sets of 63 great men in Avsarpini. And this Shastra written by Kalikal Sarvajna describes the life stories of all these 63 great men. Okay. So, just to give you some examples here. So we all know the names of 24 Tirthankar Paramatma. But what are the other 12 Chakravartis, 9 Vasudevs, 9 Prati Vasudevs, and 9 Bardevs? So here are some of the names. So the 12 Chakravartis, one of the famous Chakravarti you all know is Bharat Chakravarti, right? Bharat Chakravarti was the son of Rishabhdev, and he was born in the 3rd ara. And all the other 11 Chakravartis, they were all born in the 4th ara. The 9 Vasudevs, 9 Prativasudevs, and 9 Bardevs, they are all born in the 4th Ara, and they are all born at the similar time periods. So, for example, the first Vasudev was Tripushta Vasudev. Now, Tripushta Vasudev was a Jeev of Bhagwan Mahavir. So, Bhagwan Mahavir's previous bhav, he was a Tripushta Vasudev. So, he was the first Vasudev of this Avsarpini Kal, Bhagwan Mahavir. And another famous Vasudevs are Lakshman Vasudev and Krishna Vasudev. So we all know Lakshman and Krishna. Lakshman was a younger brother of Sri Ram, and Krishna was, younger brother of Balram. And the 9 Prativasudevs, some of the famous are Ravan. Ravan was a Prativasudev, and Jarasan was a Prativasudev. And in all the history, every time it happens that Vasudevs, they defeat Prativasudevs. And they basically become the ruler of the 3 continents after defeating the Prativasudevs. And then 9 Bardevs. So Bardevs, we all know the famous Bardev is Sri Ram. So Sri Ram was the elder brother of Lakshman, and he was a Bardev. And another was Balram. Balram was the elder brother of Krishna. So these are some of the examples of Chakravartis, Vasudevs, and Prativasudevs and Bardevs. So let's see some of the things about this all Mahapurush. So first is Chakravarti. So who is a Chakravarti? So Chakravarti is basically the highest ruler of a complete Kshetra. So he's a king of entire Bharat Kshetra, or he can be a king of entire Airavat Kshetra, or he can be a king of any of the 32 Vides. So he is a supreme commander and the ruler of all the 6 continents. He has got 32,000 kings under his command. He has got an army as large as 8.4 million elephants, 8.4 million horses, 8.4 million raths, and 96 crore soldiers. So he has got a huge army. And some of the famous Chakravartis we saw were the Bharat Chakravarti. Now the Chakravarti number 5, 6, and 7, that is Santinath, Kuntunath, and Arnath, they were also a Chakravarti, and they were also the Tirthankar Paramatma in the same bhav. So Tirthankar Paramatma can also be a Chakravarti in the same bhav. So Santinath Bhagwan, Kuntunath Bhagwan, and Arnath Bhagwan were also Chakravartis. Then Bardev and Vasudevs. So Bardev is an elder brother of Vasudev. So for example, Sri Ram was the elder brother of Lakshman Vasudev, and Balram was the elder brother of Krishna Vasudev. So Bardev is always an elder brother of Vasudev, and Bardev has a great affection for his younger brother. So that means they both rule the kingdom together. They go to the wars together, and they basically defeat the Prativasudevs, and they become the ruler of half of Bharat Kshetra. So they become the ruler of 3 continents. So Vasudev has got a Sudarshan Chakra, a chakra by which they can defeat any enemy. And he has got 16,000 kings under his commands. And last is Prativasudev. So Prativasudev is the initial ruler of the 3 continents. But once the Vasudev is born, Vasudev defeats the Prativasudev. For example, Sri Krishna defeated Jarasandh, and Lakshman defeated Ravan. And that's how they get the Vasudevs become the ruler of the 3 continents. Now it is important to remember that for Chakravarti, if they do not take Diksha, that means if they do not take Sanyam Jeevan, they all go to Narak, okay, because they have got lots of bhog in their life. So if a Chakravarti takes Diksha, only in that case they go to Devlok, or they can even go to Moksha. But they have to take Diksha, otherwise they all go to Narak. For Bardev can either go to Devlok or they can go to Moksha. For example, Sri Ram went to Moksha and Balram went to Devlok. Now Vasudevs, all the Vasudevs, they go to Narak. It is a compulsory thing, it's a mandatory thing because of their Purav Bhav's karma. They all go to Narak. So all the Vasudevs, Lakshman Vasudev went to Narak, Sri Krishna Vasudev also went to Narak. And the Prativasudevs, all the Prativasudevs also go to Narak. So Jarasandh went to Narak and Ravan also went to Narak. So this is some of the brief history that I wanted to share with you. So you get a context of Rishabhdev Jeevan Charitra. So here is some more information. So Sri Krishna, Vasudev, Balram and Jarasan, they were at the same time at the Naminath Bhagwan. So Naminath Bhagwan was basically elder brother, is a cousin elder brother of Sri Krishna Vasudev. And another example is Sri Ram. Sri Ram was at the time during the Munisurat Swami Bhagwan. So this is just some information that you may need to keep in mind, that there existed a Tirthankar Bhagwan during Sri Krishna's time, and there existed a Tirthankar Bhagwan during Sri Ram's period. So here is some of the informations on all the 24 Tirthankars that might be useful for you. So here are the height and the age of all the 24 Tirthankars. So if you see the height and the age, they go on decreasing because of the regressive cycle of Avsarpini. So Rishabhdev had Ayushya of 84 lakh Purva and the height of 500 Dhanushya. So each Dhanushya is around 5 to 6 feet. And then the height and age goes on decreasing. So Ajitnath, the Ayushya of 72 lakh Purvas and the age and the height of 450 Dhanushya. So if you go down and if you look at, for example, Naminath Bhagwan. So Naminath Bhagwan lived for 1,000 years and he had height of 10 Dhanushya. Parshanath Bhagwan, he lived for 100 years and he had height of 9 feet or 9 hands. And Bhagwan Mahavir, our Upkari, our last Tirthankar, he lived for 72 years and a height of 7 hands. So this is something that you may need to just look at and kind of remember that height and both the age goes on decreasing for all the Tirthankar Paramatma in the Avsarpini. And in Utsarpini is opposite. Utsarpini, the height and the age goes on increasing. Okay. So we will start with the Jeevan Charitra of Rishabhdev Bhagwan now. And we will, in this class, we will cover Rishabhdev Bhagwan's first 3 bhavs. Okay.
Chetal bhai, quick question. If you go to the back slide, Bhagwan Mahavir ka 9 hand, the height.
No, Parshanath Bhagwan ka 9 hands.
One hand is?
One hand is 1 feet.
Okay, 1 feet. So that's why.
Yeah,
okay.
Parshanath Bhagwan ka 9 हाथ था और Mahavir Bhagwan ka 7 हाथ था.
Okay, okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, so one hand is 1 feet, one Dhanushya. Dhanushya is little, in different sastras, it is given different terms, but generally it is 5 to 6 feet, one Dhanushya. Okay, so let's start with the Jeevan Charitra of Rishabhdev Bhagwan. Here is some of the basic information on Rishabhdev Bhagwan. So Rishabhdev's Bhagwan's father's name was Nabhi, mother's name was Marudevi Mata. Bhagwan Rishabhdev was born in Palitana. His Lanchan was Vrushab or bull. So the main reason why Rishabhdev Bhagwan is known as Rishabhdev, because when he was born, he had Lanchan of 2 Rishabhs in both of his thighs. And that's why he was known as Rishabhdev. Now Rishabhdev is also known as Adinath. And the reason he is known as Adinath because he was the first Tirthankar who started the religion or established the Jain Dharma. So he was Adi. Adi matlab beginner. So it's beginner of the Shraman Dharma. So therefore he is known as Adinath. His height was 500 Dhanushya. Age was 84 lakhs Purvas. And Yaksh and Yakshinis are Gomukh and Chakeshwari. And the place of Nirvan is Astapad. So this is just some basic information before we start the Jeevan Charitra of Rishabhdev. Okay. So let's start with the Jeevan Charitra of Rishabhdev. Okay. So in our Bharat Kshetra, in our Jambudvip, there was a famous and beautiful city known as Siddh Pratishthit Nagar. So in this city of Siddh Pratishthit Nagar, all the citizens who lived there were extremely happy and they were extremely satisfied under the kingdom of King Prasanna Chandra. Now in the same city of Siddh Pratishthit Nagar, there lived a famous Sarthva. Now Sarthva is also known as a traveler. So there lived a famous Sarthva known as Dhanna. Now this Dhanna was Rishabhdev's Bhagwan Jeev. So Rishabhdev Bhagwan, his 11 bhavs pehle ki baat hai. So he was a Dhanna Sarthva. So this Dhanna Sarthva was extremely rich, and he was extremely generous, and he was doing lots and lots of dan dharma, and he was also extremely compassionate Jeev. And because of his generosity and because of his dan dharma, he became extremely famous and obtained a esteemed position all over the world. He became very famous because of his compassionate nature and because of his dan dharma. Now this Dhanna Sarthva, he used to travel internationally and domestically. So he used to arrange a caravan where he used to take the people along with him for both domestic and international travels. So once Dhanna Sarthva decided to go to a city called Vasantapur. Okay. So this city of Vasantpur was very, very far away from Shit Pratisthit Nagar. There were lots of jungles, lots of mountains, lots of rivers, and lots of small villages that they need to cross to reach the city of Vasantpur. Now, therefore, since it is very, very far away, it was impossible to know and speculate the exact time schedule. You know, they didn't know when they will reach the Vasantpur. Now they are to come across very harsh winter, extreme summers, heavy rainfalls, and also they have to pass through jungles. So the problem of wild animals, problem of dacoits, and all those stuff. Now, so Dhanna Sarthva, he declared in the city that whoever is interested to come to Vasantpur can join the caravan. And he will provide everything to the people. So he will provide the full protection. He will provide the food, water, clothing, and also protection against animals, dacoits, and all the other dangers. So for many years, right, lots of people wanted to visit Vasantpur. So they were very, very excited, and they joined Dhanna Sarthva enthusiastically to go to Vasantpur. So on one good day, they start their journey towards the city of Vasantpur. Just outside the city of Shit Pratisthit Nagar, they see a large Udyan. Udyan is a park where they see Acharya Bhagwan Dharmaghosh Suri Sarji Maharaj Sahib with lots of munis. So Dhanna Sarthva felt he was very, very lucky to do the darshan of Dharmaghosh Suri Sarji Maharaj Sahib before going to the Vasantpur. So he went to do the darshan of Acharya Maharaj Sahib, and Acharya Maharaj Sahib asked Dhanna Sarthva that we also want to do vihar. We also want to go to city of Vasantpur. Can we join your caravan? So Dhanna Sarthva said, "Hey Acharya Bhagwan, I am extremely grateful. Kindly join us, and we will be very, very happy. So you can join our caravan." Now Dhanna Sarthva did not know much about the Jain Dharma. He did not know about the achars of the Acharya Bhagwan. So he told his sevaks that, "Hey sevaks, please arrange all the appropriate food, water, and everything for this Acharya Bhagwans." So to this, Acharya Dharmaghosh Maharaj Sahib replies that, "Hey Dhanna Sarthva, we do not consume food that is prepared for us. We only consume food that is prepared for you. And we even do not touch the Sachit water from the wells and ponds. We only drink the boiled water. And that too, the boiled water needs to be prepared for you. And we cannot use any food or water that is prepared for us." So while the Acharya Bhagwan was explaining the Gochri Charya, the conducts of Bhiksacharya, how to take the food, one of the sevaks of Dhanna Sarthva came with a fruit basket and offered Acharya Bhagwans. So Acharya Bhagwan said, "Hey Dhanna Sarthva, we cannot even touch the Sachit fruits. It is forbidden." So to this, Dhanna Sarthva became extremely surprised and extremely astonished. And he said, "Hey Acharya Bhagwan, your conducts are very, very strict and too challenging. But please join us. Please join our caravan. And we will be able to take care of you with the innocent Gochri according to your conduct." So Acharya Bhagwan and the Munis, they joined the caravan, and the caravan leaves the city of Shit Pratisthit Nagar to the city of Vasantapur. Now in this caravan, there were thousands of people, and there were hundreds of elephants, hundreds of horses, hundreds of camels, mules. It looked like the whole village was going towards the city of Vasantpur. Now the city of Vasantpur was very, very far away. So it was going to take years, not even months, to reach the city of Vasantpur. Now the days and months slowly pass by, and the monsoon season commences, and all the roads uh, gets blocked, and the caravan gets stuck in a big forest. And because of the heavy rainfall, people started constructing small huts of bamboo. So here, Dhanna's friend Manibhadra, he constructed houses for the Acharya Bhagwans and Munis. So Acharya Bhagwan and Munis, they had a safe place to stay. Now, monsoon season was very, very long, and in the forest, it was very, very difficult to get the food items. There was no grains, so people started eating only the fruits and the vegetables. And here, Dhanna Sartva became extremely nervous. He was thinking about the terrible situation of all his companions, and he became extremely nervous. He was thinking that, oh, my all my companions are does not even have food and water. And suddenly he remembers Acharya Bhagwans. After months, he all of a sudden he remembers the Acharya Bhagwan and the Mahatmas. And he says to his friend Manibhadra, oh, I made a big blunder. Since the day we started the caravan, months have passed, and not a single time I have visited the Acharya Bhagwans. We are eating fruits and vegetables, but Acharya Bhagwan and Munis, they cannot even touch fruits and vegetables. So he became extremely nervous, and immediately decided to go and pay visit to Acharya Bhagwans. So once he visits the Acharya Bhagwans, he was very surprised over the atmosphere over there. So some of the Munis, they were doing Swadhyay. Some of the Munis were deep in Kausarg and Dhyan. And some of the Munis were doing Vachnas and teaching other Munis. So Dhanna Sartva does the Namaskar to Acharya Bhagwan, and Acharya Bhagwan says Dharmalabh. And Dhanna Sartva says, hey Acharya Bhagwan, please excuse me. I was extremely lethargic and very, very ungrateful. I didn't even come to visit you. I totally forgot about you. And in this situation, I was supposed to arrange innocent food for you for your Gochri Charya, and I didn't even take care of that. To this, Acharya Bhagwan said, hey Dhanna Sartva, do not worry. You have taken care of us by giving us protection. And we are very happy here, and we are getting all the required food from the other villagers, other people in the caravan. So please do not worry about us. So to this, Dhanna Sartva said, hey Acharya Bhagwan, you are full of good qualities, and I am very, very ashamed of my behavior. So please send a couple of Munis to my hut so I can offer some food and to the Muni Bhagwans. To this forceful request from Dhanna Sartva, Acharya Bhagwan sends two Munis to the hut of the Dhanna Sartva. Here Dhanna Sartva offers the two Munis a pot full of ghee. And while he is offering a pot full of ghee, he goes into a शुभ ध्यान. उसका भाव एकदम ऊंचा होता है, and उसके कारण the kriya is of Supatradan. And at the same time, when he is offering the pot of ghee in very, very Subh Dhyan, he achieves Samyak Darshan. So at this point in life, Rishabhdev's Bhagwan's Jeev achieves Samyak Darshan because of the Utkrusht Karya of Supatradan in a Subh Bhav. So here, Dhanna Sartva gets Samyak Darshan, which is more precious than the Chintamani Ratna, because Samyak Darshan basically gives moksha. So here, Dhanna Sartva, after achieving Samyak Darshan, he basically goes to visit the Acharya Maharaj Sahib daily and listens to the Deshna of Acharya Maharaj Sahib, and slowly he becomes more and more knowledgeable about the Jain Dharma. और उसके बाद वो 12 व्रत अंगीकार करता है. So he becomes a Shravak. So he takes all the 12 vrats of Shravak and he becomes a Shravak in this bhav. So here the caravan moves forward. It reaches the city of Vasantpur, and here Acharya Bhagwan अपना विहार करते हैं, और Dhanna Sartva does the business he has come here to do. He finishes the business and goes back to the city of Shit Pratisthit Nagar. And after reaching the city, he lives for several years. He is always in Subh Bhav and in Samyak Darshan. He achieves Samadhi Maran. So he achieves Maran, death in very, very Subh Bhav in Panch Parameshti Dhyan. And because of this, in the second Bhav, he becomes a Yuglik. Okay. So now, what we learned about the Kal Chakra will come to, your understanding here. So here in the second Bhav, he is born in the Kshetra known as Uttarkuru Kshetra. Now, we will talk about geography probably in our next few classes, but Uttarkuru Kshetra is a Karma Bhumi. There are 56 Akarma Bhumis, and it's one of the Akarma Bhumis. Now, in this Kshetra of Akarma Bhumi is born as a twin, as a Yuglik. And in this Kshetra, it is the first Ara is going on. So as we saw in the first Ara, people eat every fourth day, and they are extremely strong and extremely tall. Their height is 6 miles, and they have Ayushya of 3 Palyopams. And they are very Manda Kashai. So their Kashai, that means Rag, Krodh, Man, Maya, Lobh, all are very, very less. And in this, the first Ara, people basically grow from a small baby all the way to a full adult in just 49 days. So this is one of the other unique thing about the first Ara, that you grow from a small kid, from a baby, all the way to a full adult in just 49 days. And here the Uttarkuru Kshetra is very, very beautiful. It is said the sand of the Kshetra is as sweet as sugar, and the water is as sweet as milk. And in this Kshetra, there are 10 types of Kalpavruksha that gives whatever one desires. Okay. So there is a Kalpavruksha. This is the 10 descriptions of Kalpavruksha in our Shastra that is very interesting for everyone to know. So the first Kalpavruksha is known as Panang. And Panang, this Kalpavruksha gives everything to drink. So there are 32 different types of drinks that this Kalpavruksha gives, and these are extremely healthy for the body. Now, second Kalpavruksha is known as Turyag. And Turyag gives all the musical instruments like Veena, all the Manjira, Jalar. There are lots of names that we even don't know, but it gives all the musical instruments. Then third Kalpavruksha is known as Bhushrang. And Bhushrang gives jewelries. It gives 16 types of jewelries for males and 14 types of jewelries for females. That includes like bangles, necklaces, earrings, crowns, etc. Then the fourth Kalpavruksha is known as Vastrang, and it gives all the clothes for both males and females. The fifth Kalpavruksha is known as Bhojanangs, and it gives all different types of foods. In Shastra, it is said it gives 16 different types of eatables, 16 types of spices, 14 types of pulses, 108 types of food items, and 363 types of food enhancing materials or taste enhancing materials. Then the sixth Kalpavruksha is known as Alyang, and it gives houses to stay. And houses are so beautiful, it's made up of gold and ratna. Then the seventh Kalpavruksha is Dipang. It gives all the lightings. The tree itself bears the different kinds of lights. The eighth Kalpavruksha is known as Bhajnang, and it gives all the physical things like utensils, furnitures, and all the physical items is given by Bhajanang. Then ninth Kalpavruksha is known as Malang. It gives all the different types of garlands or anything to do with flowers, perfumes, etc. And the last Kalpavruksha is Tejang. Tejang, it gives different visions. So you can see lots of things with this Kalpavruksha. You can see far away with this Kalpavruksha. So these are the 10 Kalpavruksha that were present in the place called Uttarkuru Kshetra, where Rishabhdev's Bhagwan's Jeev was born in the second bhav. So here, after completing the 3 Palyopam Ayushya in this Uttarkuru Kshetra, and because of the month Kashai, as we saw, everyone goes to the Devlok. So here in the third bhav, Bhagwan Rishabhdev's Jeev goes to the Devlok. He goes to the first Devlok known as SUDHARMA Devlok. And in this Devlok, he had 2 Sagaropam Avishya. The first Devlok has 2 Sagaropam Avishya. And so these are the first 3 bhavs of Rishabhdev Bhagwan. And from the next class, we'll cover from the 4th bhav, and then we will move forward to the Rishabhdev Charitra. Okay. So this completes our first class. So now you can ask any questions you may have.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Like after the I have a question that after the third life he didn't did any bad karmas, I mean.
In which bhav?
After third one?
No, third one, of course. Yeah, in Devlok, you can do both bad karma and good karma. Now, we have not gone to the fourth bhav, but in Devlok, you can do both bad karmas and good karmas.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any more questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So what is Sagarupam?
Okay, so Sagarupam, you can just imagine as a countless years. There is no real number. So the scale is so large that the counting basically stops at one purva. So we saw 84 lakh years is one purvang and 84 lakh purvang is one purva. So after purva, there is no calculations. So you just have to imagine as a countless years, the number of years that you cannot count.
Okay.
What is the meaning of purva?
Yeah. Okay, any more questions?
What is the meaning of purva? I mean, it's like the countless numbers. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a basically a time period. It's a very large time, you can say. 84 lakhs years is just one purvang, and 84 lakh purvang is one purva. So you can basically imagine it's a very large time scale.
Okay.
Chetal bhai, question regarding the first bhav. When Dhanna Seth was offering ghee, you said he attained Samyak Darshan.
Yeah.
If you could just elaborate exactly what is Samyak Darshan.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So what is Samyak Darshan? So Samyak Darshan, in a literal sense, it means right faith or right shraddha, right? But that is just a literal explanation. But if you think about Samyak Darshan, in terms of our Atma ka Vikash, right? It is the fourth Gunastanak. So our Atma, our soul is basically in Mithyatva, all its life in the Bhav Brahman. And उसके बाद एक ऐसा समय आता है और ऐसा कोई निमित्त पाके, some शुभ निमित्त like this, that उसका मिथ्यात्व खत्म हो जाता है. उसको हम ग्रंथि भेद कहते हैं, और ग्रंथि भेद में क्या होता है कि वो मिथ्यात्व उसका खत्म हो जाता है. उसके बाद he is able to see things clearly. उसका मतलब he is able to recognize कि उसके लिए क्या हित है और क्या अहित है, उसके लिए क्या करने जैसा है और क्या नहीं करने जैसा है, क्या आचार पाड़ने चाहिए और किसी का त्याग करने चाहिए, क्या प्रवृत्ति है और क्या निवृत्ति है. तो इसका जो ख्याल आता है वो सम्यक दर्शन के बाद आता है, और उसका वो आत्मा की ऐसी स्थिति है कि ऐसी योग्यता है कि उसको वो खुद ख्याल आने लगता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल he comes to know कि he has to do these things in life and he has to stop doing these things in life, और that is basically a श्रद्धा. और उसको उसके बाद जैन धर्म और जैन परमात्मा, तीर्थंकर परमात्मा के बताए गए धर्म पे उसको पूर्ण श्रद्धा आ जाती है, और वो श्रद्धा के कारण ही बेसिकली कम्स टू द राइट पाथ, और उसके बाद उसका जीवन का विकास क्रम होता है, एंड देन ही मूव्स फॉरवर्ड फ्रॉम द फोर्थ गुणस्थानक ऑल द वे टू फिफ्थ गुणस्थानक, वो देशवीरति और फिर सर्ववीरति, और फिर वो साधु धर्म अंगीकार करता है. पर सम्यक दर्शन इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप टुवर्ड्स एंडिंग अवर भव भ्रमण एंड गोइंग टुवर्ड्स मोक्ष. Does this answer your question?
Thank you, Chetal bhai. Thank you so much for the explanation.
When Rishabhdev Bhagwan was Dhanna, was there any Kalpa Amroksha tree?
No, I don't think it was a time period. I think they have not given the time period. I think it might be probably fourth ara or something. So yeah, it was in our Bharat Kshetra in Jambudvip, but it was not the first 3 aras, so there was no Kalparvruksha at that time.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So if Rishabhdev Bhagwan was the first Tirthankar, but in his first bhav, he met this different, the Sadhu Bhagwans, how, like, was Jainism already existing in when he was in the first bhav?
Yeah, yeah. So Jain Dharma basically exists in third ara and fourth ara, and fifth ara. So three aras Jain Dharma or Shaman Dharma exist. So the first two aras there is no Jain Dharma, and the sixth ara there is no Jain Dharma. So therefore, the first two ara you cannot go to moksha because there is no Jain Dharma. You can only go to Devlok. And the sixth ara again there is no Jain Dharma, and you can only go to Durgati. But from the third ara, fourth ara, and fifth ara, you can go to there is Jain Dharma, and therefore there were Sadhu Bhagwans. So presence of Sadhu Bhagwan itself proves that it was either third, fourth, or fifth ara.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Chetal bhai, this is Chini.
Yes.
Chetal bhai, is it true? Somewhere I read that Jainism was not called Jainism before Mahavir Bhagwan. It was called Shraman religion. And then Mahavir Bhagwan jare emne Sangh સ્થાપિત કર્યો, ચતુર્વિધ સંઘ, તો એના પછી it started being called as Jainism.
Yes.
So he founded the religion, meaning prior to him, like Parshvanath Bhagwan time માં Jainism નહીં હોય, ત્યારે નામ બીજું હતું.
So that is true. So उस समय ना हम श्रमण धर्म बोलते थे, और श्रमण धर्म इज सेम एज जैन धर्म. तो उसको श्रमण धर्म बोलते हैं. और श्रमण वर्ड इट कम्स फ्रॉम श्रावक, एंड श्रावक धर्म कम्स फॉर 12 वर्ष ऑफ श्रावक. तो जो भी 12 वर्ष ऑफ श्रावक अंगीकार करते थे उसको श्रमण कहते थे. तो बेसिकली श्रमण धर्म, सो इट वाज द सेम धर्म. और पर पार्श्वनाथ भगवान के वक्त ना उसको डिफरेंट धर्म कहते थे, उसको निर्ग्रंथ धर्म कहते थे. सो देयर वाज अ डिफरेंट टर्म ड्यूरिंग पार्श्वनाथ भगवान टाइम फ्रेम. इट वाज नोन एज निर्ग्रंथ धर्म. और उसके बाद भगवान महावीर के बाद तो वी यूज बोथ द टर्म्स. वी यूज श्रमण धर्म एंड वी यूज जैन धर्म, पर वी डू नॉट यूज निर्ग्रंथ धर्म.
Okay. And so Shraman Dharma એટલે 12 વ્રત તો પહેલાથી જ હતા. So then so મહાવીર ભગવાને જ્યારે સંઘ સ્થાપિત કર્યો, so we teach our kids કે એમને બધા રૂલ્સ બનાવ્યા કે ભાઈ આ 12 વ્રત છે, શ્રાવકના 12 વ્રત છે, અને સાધુ સાધ્વીના આ ગુણ છે ને બધું છે. બધું જે રૂલ્સ જે હતા, that was part of Chaturvid Sangh and the Sthapna. So that's not the case. We are saying કે 12 व्रत પહેલેથી જ હતા.
या डेफिनेटली. यस. सो धर्म तो पहले से ही था. जब ने ऋषभदेव ने धर्म स्थापित किया, तब से अपना धर्म चलते आ रहा है, एंड इट विल कंटिन्यू टिल द एंड ऑफ द फिफ्थ आरा. उसके बाद श्रमण धर्म.
No, I understand. Yeah. But yeah, like the Bharats were also there.
या 12 वर्ष were there. पर ना उसमें क्या होता है कि हर एक तीर्थंकर का आचार अलग होता है. सो आचार में भेद होता है. सो फॉर एग्जांपल आई विल गिव यू कि ऋषभदेव और महावीर भगवान का आचार अलग थे, और बीच में जो 22 तीर्थंकर थे उनके आचार काफी अलग थे. तो फॉर एग्जांपल जो बीच में जो 22 तीर्थंकर थे, तो उसमें हम प्रतिक्रमण की क्रिया नहीं थी. ओके. क्योंकि उसमें क्या था कि पीपल वेर एक्सट्रीमली सरल, यू नो, दे वर वेरी वेरी सिंपल पीपल. और उसमें जब पाप लगता था वो तभी का तभी प्रतिक्रमण कर लेते थे. तो आचार में थोड़ा भेद होता है. उनको तुरंत पता चल जाता है कि मैंने ये पाप किया, और तुरंत उसका मिच्छा में दुक्रम कर देते थे. अभी क्या है कि आफ्टर द भगवान महावीर ने प्रतिक्रमण को आवश्यक क्रिया बताया. तो he gave a slightly different path because our mindsets are very different. हम लोग वक्र है और हम लोग जड़ है. बोलते हैं कि जो फिफ्थ तारा के लोग होने वाले हैं, they are going to be complex, मतलब वक्र, and they are going to be stubborn. हम लोग मानते नहीं है. हम लोग, कोई हमको बोले कि तुमने ये पाप किया, हम लोग आर्ग्यू करेंगे कि मैंने ये पाप नहीं किया. So we are stubborn and we are complex. We won't even listen to people, and we will keep on arguing. So that's why भगवान महावीर ने अपने अपने टाइम के हिसाब से they have changed the धर्म. तो धर्म का आचार में परिवर्तन आता है. So for example, पहले 4 महाव्रत थे, अभी 5 महाव्रत है, राइट? तो भगवान महावीर ने 5 महाव्रत क्यों इंक्लूड किया, मैथुन महाव्रत क्यों इंक्लूड किया? तो उसका रीजन ऐसा है कि पहले भी मैथुन महाव्रत था, पर मैथुन महाव्रत वो परिग्रह महाव्रत में आ जाता था. एंड पीपल वेर सिंपल इनफ टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हम परिग्रह नहीं करना चाहिए, मतलब स्त्री का भी परिग्रह नहीं करना चाहिए. तो वो मैथुन व्रत वो परिग्रह व्रत में आ जाता था. पर फिर भगवान महावीर ने देखा कि ये लोग तो मानने वाले हैं नहीं. अगर इफ आई कंटिन्यू विथ 4 व्रत तो ये लोग सोचेंगे कि मैथुन इज अलाउड. तो पीपल आर कॉम्प्लेक्स एंड जड़. तो इसलिए भगवान ने क्या किया कि वो 4th व्रत को 2 में डिवाइड किया और 5 महाव्रत किया, और वो अपने कल्याण के लिए किया. सो वी अंडरस्टैंड द धर्म बेटर. बाकी अभी सोचो सिर्फ 4 महाव्रत होते, हम लोग मानते नहीं, कोई भी नहीं मानता. तो दैट इज अ प्रॉब्लम, राइट. तो आचार में परिवर्तन होता है, विचार में थोड़ा परिवर्तन होता है. उस तरह से धर्म में थोड़े परिवर्तन होते हैं. और इवन नाउ, राइट, अवर आचार्य भगवान भी थोड़े थोड़े परिवर्तन करते रहते हैं काल के हिसाब से.
Okay.
I have a question, Mahi. Why does the after 5th Ara Jainism is not allowed? It's not no Jainism or no religion?
नहीं, इट्स नॉट अलाउड ऐसा नहीं है, इट्स जस्ट डिस्ट्रॉयड. मतलब अपना जो ये ना, इट्स अ रिग्रेसिव साइकिल. तो ये पर्ताकार है. तो पर्ताकार में क्या होता है कि धर्म कम होते जाता है. अभी भी अपना धर्म काफी कम हो गया है. इफ यू थिंक अबाउट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ 5th आरा एंड नाउ, अपना धर्म अभी काफी कम है. अपने आगम्स वी हैव डिस्ट्रॉयड, ऑल द पूर्वज, ऑल द नॉलेज हैज गॉन. सो इट विल कीप ऑन गोइंग दैट वे. एंड अपना ब्रेन से ऑल्सो विल रिड्यूस. अपना जो ज्ञान की शक्ति, शक्ति, वो सब रिड्यूस होते जाएगा. और द एंड ऑफ 5th आरा वी वोंट हैव कैपेबिलिटी इवन टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. सो दैट मींस आवर
after 6th Ara, do we get our back our knowledge after 6th Ara?
No. So after 6th Ara there will be again another 6th Ara. तो उसमें भी धर्म नहीं होगा. उसके बाद 5th आरा आएगा, और वो 5th आरा में भी धर्म नहीं होगा, क्योंकि भगवान 4th आरा में धर्म की स्थापना करेंगे. तो अवसर पिनी में, उत्सर पिनी में थोड़ा अलग होता है. बट द नेक्स्ट 6th आरा और उसके बाद 6th आरा और 5th आरा में धर्म नहीं होगा.
Okay, thank you.
Huh.
Okay, I just wanted to ask, is Jainism a religion that is of human origin, or is it a religion that has been preached by God?
Okay, so Jain धर्म की स्थापना only happens after केवल ज्ञान. Okay, so भगवान जब छद्मस्त है, मतलब जब वो दीक्षा पर्याय में है, तब वो मौन में होते हैं. Okay, so Bhagwan does not establish the religion when he is in Chadmast. He only establishes the Chaturvid Sangh and Jain religion after he achieves केवल ज्ञान. और उसी समय चतुर्विद संघ की स्थापना करती है. तो that means our religion is done only after केवल ज्ञान. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, yes, it does. Thank you.
So चेतल भाई, तो जितनी बार भी मतलब तीर्थंकर बने, right? तो every time Chaturvid Sangh was established?
Yeah. So new Chaturvid Sangh will be established, and new Achar and new Vichar will be established according to the new Tirthankar Bhagwan.
Okay. And accordingly,
थोड़े परिवर्तन आएंगे. हाँ, थोड़े रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस में परिवर्तन आएंगे अकॉर्डिंग उनको जो अपने केवल ज्ञान में जो जैसा उनको भाषित होता है, उस प्रकार से वो चेंजेस लाएंगे.
Okay. And the Navkarsimala is this very simple example for this era or generation, right? Or this time period.
Can you repeat that again?
वो पता है, आपने बताया था कि नवकारसी का जब पचखान पहले कैसे लेते थे, before sunrise.
Right.
And now we can take 48 minutes within 48 minutes after sunrise.
Right, yeah. तो वो है, मतलब that is one example. Even हमने 4 महाव्रत और 5 महाव्रत की बात किया कि that is another example. और इसमें क्या होता है, जैसे पार्श्वनाथ भगवान के जो भी मुनि भगवान थे, there is only 100-year difference between Parshvanath Bhagwan and Mahavir Swami Bhagwan, or probably 200 years, sorry. तो उसमें क्या होता है कि जो पार्श्वनाथ भगवान ने जो धर्म स्थापित किया, it's still continuing, पर उसके बाद जैसे केसी गणधर थे, तो केसी गणधर was at the same time as Guru Gautam Swami. तो पार्श्वनाथ भगवान के गणधर existed at the same time when Gautam Swami also existed. पर क्या होता है कि जब भगवान महावीर चतुर्विद संघ की स्थापना करते हैं और श्रमण धर्म की, जैन धर्म की स्थापना करते हैं, then all the munis from Parshvanath Bhagwan will basically come into भगवान महावीर. तो फिर वो भगवान महावीर का धर्म अंगीकार करते हैं और वो उस तरह से ही अपने अपने आचार करते हैं जो भगवान महावीर ने बताए उसके बाद।
ओके ओके, थैंक यू।
चैतल भाई, जब जैन धर्म डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाएगा तो अपने जो शाश्वती नवकार महामंत्र है, अपना शाश्वती तीर्थ, अपना पालितना, उन सब का क्या होगा?
या वो सब भी चला जाएगा, एवरीथिंग विल गो अवे। जो शाश्वत है वो उसको शाश्वत बोलते हैं, पर शाश्वत कौन सी अपेक्षा से बोलते हैं? शाश्वत वो 14 राजलोक की अपेक्षा से बोलते हैं। तो ये भरत क्षेत्र में तो नौकार सब कुछ चला जाएगा, देयर वोंट बी एनीथिंग। पर उसका मतलब नहीं कि नौकार मंत्र नहीं रहेगा, नौकार मंत्र दूसरे क्षेत्र में रहेगा।
अच्छा, तो सिर्फ भरत, ओके ओके ओके।
या वो 14 राजलोक की अपेक्षा से शाश्वत है।
ओके।
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Why do only in Bharat Kshetra everything will destroyed in Siddha, not any other era, any other places?
नहीं, वो सब में होगा।
Only in
मतलब वो पांचों पांच भरत में होगा। It will be happening in all the 5 Bharat Kshetras and all the 5 Airavat Kshetras. It does not happen in Mahavide and does not happen in 56 Karma Bhumis. So only in 10 Karma Bhumis this happens because the cycle is going. In Mahavide Kshetra there is no cycle. There is a constant 4th ara, and all the Akarma Bhumis there is constant 1st ara. तो वहाँ पे ये सब नहीं होता है, सिर्फ 5 Arths and 5 Airavats, there is a time cycle.
Okay.
Any more questions? Okay, so I think we can.
Chetal bhai, I have a question.
Yeah.
So can you elaborate a little bit on Keval Gnan? What exactly is Keval Gnan?
Sure. तो केवल ज्ञान क्या है? 4 घाती कर्मों का क्षय से केवल ज्ञान उत्पन्न होता है। सो ज्ञानावर्णीय, दर्शनावर्णीय, अंतराय एंड मोहनीय कर्म। सो 4 घाती कर्म का नाश होता है तो केवल ज्ञान उत्पन्न होता है। तो केवल ज्ञान है क्या? केवल ज्ञान एक आत्मा का स्वभाव है, राइट? ज्ञान अपना स्वभाव है, दर्शन अपना स्वभाव है और आनंद अपना स्वभाव है। तो जब घाती कर्म नष्ट हो जाते हैं तो आत्मा में जो आवरण है अपने स्वभाव को जो ढांकता है वो आवरण चला जाता है, तो स्वभाव अपने आप से प्रकट हो जाता है। और केवल ज्ञान क्या है? केवल ज्ञान बेसिकली ऐसा है कि इट्स अ कैपेबिलिटी ऑफ आत्मा कि एवरी समय वो 14 राजलोक के समस्त पुद्गल के समस्त द्रव्य गुण पर्याय और प्रति समय अनंत काल के अनंत भूत, वर्तमान और अनंत भविष्य को प्रति समय वो जानता है। Well, he gets all the knowledge every samay of all the infinite pudgals in the 14 Rajlok. That is the capability of Atma. So Atma is infinitely capable of acquiring knowledge. So basically that is Keval Gnan.
I have a question.
Thank you.
Huh.
So why does every Bhagwan has to establish everything again about Jain religion?
Yeah, it is just an achar. You know, the dharma still exists. जैसे पार्श्वनाथ भगवान का धर्म still exists, but it's just the आचार। तो उसका जो तीर्थंकर नाम कर्म होता है तो उसके कारण वो चतुर्विध संघ की स्थापना करते हैं, and then he has to move the dharma forward, right? That's the whole purpose. तो उनका मकसद है कि जो धर्म अभी जो चल रहा है तो उसको वो मूव फॉरवर्ड करते हैं और फिर वो वापस he gives all the knowledge to the Gandhars. So it's just the process that happens because of Tirthankar Naam Karma.
Does the Gandhar change? I mean.
Yeah. Gandhars are different for each Tirthankar, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
But you see then like the past one when the till the like Pashwana Bhagwans, some Gandhars were like coming to the Mahavir Swami ones.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. The Gandhar weren't coming, but they just follow the Mahavir Swami Dharma. So,
okay.
Yeah. Gandhar, because it was so close, right? Parshanath Bhagwan and Mahavir Swami Bhagwan, they were so close to each other in terms of time span that some of the Munis and Gandhars still existed during Mahavir Swami. So they just follow they just follow the Mahavir Swami's Dharma after that. So wo so they're just following the new achars. जो भी new achar है, they just start following.
Do we still that modes right now?
No. So there is no way we can go moksha. The maximum we can go is 4 devloks, and we can go to Mahavidya Kshetra from here.
Okay. Why
Who
do we just
was-
only?
Yeah. Sheetal Chachu, who was the Tirthankar at the time of Dhanna?
There was no Tirthankar.
Then who did he pray to?
Acharya Bhagwant.
Okay.
Yeah, like this ara, right? This ara, we don't have any Tirthankar Paramatma. We just follow the Sadhu Bhagwans. Same thing.
And Acharya Bhagwan, who did they pray?
They pray to it just the parampara, right? So they follow their previous Acharya Bhagwans, their own guru. So it comes from one guru to another guru to another guru. So that's how the dharma propagates and dharma moves forward.
Okay.
Okay, any more questions? Okay, so I think we can.
I have one.
Yeah.
So what happens to us? We go if we do good karmas, we go to Devgati, and then what after that?
So it all depends, right? So what kind of good karma you are doing? But generally, if you are doing पुण्यानुबंधी पुण्य कर्म, then उसका परंपरा चलेगा, और फिर उसके बाद देवलोक में जाके you will go to महाविद्य क्षेत्र, and वहाँ पे तुमको तीर्थंकर परमात्मा का योग होगा, and then you can from there you can go to moksha. But that is the shortest path. From here you can go to महाविद्य क्षेत्र directly, or you can go to देवलोक and then go to महाविद्य क्षेत्र, and then from there you can go to moksha. That is the simplest path. It is a difficult path क्योंकि हम लोग इतना धर्म करते नहीं है, unfortunately. But yeah, it's the main thing is हमको we have to follow the 12 व्रत्स of श्रावक. अपने जीवन में 12 व्रत्स होने चाहिए, और तभी हमारा सद्गति होता है. हमारे जीवन में अगर व्रत नहीं हो, कोई नियम या पक्षकार नहीं हो, then it becomes very, very difficult to go to basically go to Sadgati.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So why don't we just why don't we right now just go to, why do we go to like heavenly beings 4 times and other stuff, not moksha?
Because we don't have capability to do such punya. At this point, we cannot do such dharma aratna. That our body is not and our mind, both our body and mind, we are not capable to do such dharma aratna.
Okay.
Okay.
One
How
last question.
How did Dhanna attain like Samyak Darshan?
So Samyak Darshan is achieved because of the Subh Kriya and Subh Bhav, both. So he was doing the Subh Kriya of Supatradan, he was offering food to Sadhu Maharaj Sahib, and at the same time his mind was also in Subh Bhav. So you need all the Subh Bhav and Subh Kriya to attain Samyak Darshan.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, there was one more question.
Yes, just I wanted to ask, Tirthankar नाम कर्म केवे रीते बनता है?
So तीर्थंकर नाम कर्म के लिए काफी रिक्वायरमेंट्स है. एक तो सबसे बेसिक है सर्व जीव करो शासन रसी, ऐसा भाव. तो मतलब अभी तुम सोचो, राइट? इट्स अ वेरी वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. तुमको जीव के प्रति द्वेष है, यू डोंट लाइक सम पीपल, यू नो, वो जीव द्वेष है. पर तीर्थंकर परमात्मा के आत्मा जो होते हैं, वो लोग को सभी जीव के प्रति मैत्री होता है. एंड दे लव द पीपल, ऑल द जीव, दे लव टू सच एन एक्सटेंट कि उनको ऐसा भाव आता है कि अगर मेरी शक्ति हो, अगर मेरी कैपेबिलिटी हो, तो ये सभी जीव को मैं श्रमण धर्म जैन धर्म दूं और सम्यक दूं उनको, और उनको मैं मोक्ष ले जाऊं, और उनको ये भव भ्रमण और ये भव दुख से मुक्त करो. तो ऐसी तीव्र भावना, ऐसी तथाभव्यता, उसको तथाभव्यता कहते हैं, ऐसी तीव्र आत्मा की योग्यता और ऐसा भाव, सो दैट इज अ भाव. पर क्रिया में वो लोग 20 तानक तप करते हैं. तो 20 तानक तप की आराधना करते हैं. पर अगर सिर्फ 20 तानक तप तुमने द्रव्य से किया और भाव से ऐसी भावना नहीं हो, तो तीर्थंकर नाम कर्म उपार्जित नहीं होता है. तो कोई भी चीज के लिए दोनों द्रव्य से होना चाहिए और भाव से होना चाहिए. सो बेसिकली तुम्हारे जीवन में प्रेम, मैत्री, करुणा, प्रमोद, वो 4 भावना है. वो भावना अंदर तक होनी चाहिए और सभी जीव के प्रति होनी चाहिए, और वो उत्कृष्ट लेवल की होनी चाहिए, पराकाष्ठा की लेवल की, तब वो जाके तीर्थंकर नाम कर्म उपार्जित करता है।
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I think we can.
चेतल भाई, sorry, last question.
हाँ,
ऋषभदेव भगवान के कितने जन्म हुए before he become the तीर्थंकर ऐसे?
I think 12 या 13. मेरे को एग्जैक्ट नंबर याद नहीं है, पर धन्ना सार्थवा was the first bhav, and after that there are 12 or 13 bhavs.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll go over the whole story. हमने 3 भाव को कवर किया। ऐसे मोस्ट ऑफ भाव तो ऐसे देवलोक और वो होंगे, तो इतना कवर करने की जरूरत नहीं है, पर we'll cover each and every bhav in some details.
Yeah.
Can I have a question?
Yeah.
So do we still attend right now after Bhagwan Maheshwami? Do we still attend Tirthankar Nam Karma?
Yeah, definitely. We can still attempt Tirthankar Nam Karma in the fifth ara. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we'll count one Nokar, and yeah, recording hai, so I'll send out the recording as well. Okay. So we'll count one Nokar. Namo Ariyantaram, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Ujjayanam, Namo Loisavasavanam, Eso Panchanamukaro, So Papanasano, Mulancha Sovasim, Pramay Mangalam, Jinagnak, Virud Bolayoto, Michami Dokram. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Chetal.
Thank you, Chetal.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chetal. Bye.
Thank you, Chetal. Bye.
Thank you, Chetal. Bye.